So we built some software for Ben using AI and Python, and that is free and open source. It's on GitHub, and we want people to use it, try it, modify it for themselves, so that way they can do what we did for Ben for themselves. When I made a video about it, the video kind of went viral. And that's because a content creator by the name of Jen Hamilton actually made a reaction video about our video of Ben using his new app, his new messenger app. And that brought in a huge amount of new people coming in with interest with what we're doing here. We got a lot of messages. Those messages were asking, how do I access the app? How do I install it? How do I do this stuff? Even though our foundation and our purpose here is to tell you that you can build this stuff yourself, I understand that not a lot of people are going to do that. So I wanted to build something that was a little bit more plug and play for people. So I built a web app that has a lot of Ben's software, a few of his games, his keyboard, actually the same keyboard he uses with some new features, and then a phrase board with a phrase board editor. And it actually is a media and phrase board, so you can actually load things like YouTube on it. I want to go through all of that today and show you exactly how it works. And I want to show you that anyone can access this. But most importantly, I built this all with AI, with no experience with coding, with programming. I've never done it before. I'm simply using AI to guide me through the process and just telling it the features I want and figuring out how to build it. And this is the power of AI and why it's so important to us that people explore it to find solutions if solutions don't exist in off-the-shelf kind of proprietary software that exists today. There's a lot of other software, a lot of other AACs out there that we recommend that are free, that are online. So we're not saying, hey, come to this software and use this. This is your only software you should use. That's not the point. The point of this is to show you what we can build. And if it's helpful to anyone, we're happy it can help. The idea really is, hey, you can build stuff like this if this other stuff doesn't work. You can do it with your loved ones' capabilities and abilities in mind and build it custom for them. You can tailor it just for them. This one is made with 2-switch access in mind, but it can also be accessed with 1 switch. And I'm going to show all that right now. So when you go to this website, it's called narbehouse.github.io. You can click on Benny's Hub. When you get into Benny's Hub, it'll ask you if you want a full screen. Now, you navigate this with 2 buttons. This is mapped to spacebar and enter. You can do everything with spacebar and enter, or you can use your mouse clicks. That includes things like head tracking or eye tracking mice if you have it installed on your system already. I am planning to implement a facial tracking type of thing on here where it'll look at your camera. If you have a camera set up, it'll do things like, you know, if you want to open your mouth and scan forward, you can do that. If you want to close your eyes and select, you can do that. So those types of things, or if you want to look left and look right, it will in fact give you those inputs. So that way it will be mapped to spacebar and enter. But right now we're just using 2 buttons. I'm going to go through the menus. Before we get into the tools, we'll get into the settings. Okay, so I'm just clicking spacebar.
Games.
If I want to go backwards, I hold down spacebar. This works for most of the software. So I'm holding it down.
Tools. Settings.
Okay.
Settings menu.
Okay.
Press spacebar to start scanning.
It'll tell you exactly what you need to do. Okay. A lot of it is text to speech. In fact, almost all of it is text to speech. So that way, if you're low vision, you can hear and know exactly what you're clicking on.
Back. Highlight color.
You can change things like the highlight color. It'll just
highlight color change to green.
It'll just cycle through the highlight colors.
Highlight color change to purple. Highlight color change. Highlight color change to white.
We'll use white. Okay. Text color. You can change the text color.
Text color change. Text color change. Text
okay.
color change.
We'll use
to
yellow.
gold. Background theme.
So background theme. We can change this.
Background theme.
Bunch of different colors.
Background theme.
It can do dark modes, light modes, with different like muted colors.
To default. Text to speech.
You can turn text to speech on or off. If you turn it off, it won't text to speech anymore on the main menu. Okay. You will still hear some things on other menus, and I'll show you that afterward, but this is just for the main menu. Okay, so you turn it off, it doesn't speak.
Text to speech enabled.
Turn it back on. Okay.
Voice.
Voice setting. You can change your voice settings.
Voice change to UK.
Okay, these are all built in.
Voice change to UK.
Voice change to David.
Which one do we like?
Voice changed to 0.
Voice change to US.
We'll just use the US one. All right, I think it's the most pleasant sounding.
Auto scan.
Auto scan. When you turn on auto scan, it will auto scan through the menu. So we'll turn it on.
Auto scan enabled.
To show you what it looks like. It's going to text to speech everything.
Highlight color.
This would be on by default, so that way if you only have one button, you can use the one button to access everything.
Voice.
Okay.
Auto scan.
We'll turn it off for now, but just letting you know, auto scan exists in this, so that way it can just scan to everything. And if you only have one button, you can access everything. Let's get into tools first before we get into the games. When you access the tools,
Tools menu.
You'll notice
Press
a couple
spacebar to
things
start scanning.
at the top of the page.
Back.
As we add more tools and games to this, it might fill the entire screen. So we wanted to do something to sort it by genre.
Filter by genre.
So you can filter it
Genre filter menu.
by the
Press
genre.
spacebar to start scanning.
This will effectively allow you to just filter by the different tool types. Okay?
Back. All items. Accessibility. Communication.
Both of them are accessibility and communication, so we don't
Back.
have to click on it. But those
Tools
we only have
menu.
2 tools,
Press
but you can
spacebar to
actually
start
filter
scanning.
it by the genre that it is. So if we do something like calculator, maybe we have a category called math or something, or numbers. Maybe the calculator would pop up there. Okay.
Back.
So
Filter by keyboard.
we're gonna go through the thing that's familiar, which is Ben's keyboard. I'm gonna show you this and show you why it's so cool and why it's so powerful, and it will automatically load when you click on it. You can always get in and out of this software independently. You don't need a caregiver. You don't need someone helping you out. You just use your 1 or 2 buttons to be able to access everything. So the keyboard, here we go.
Opening keyboard.
This is,
Predictive text.
sorry, auto scan. Like I said, auto scan is
Space.
on. So we're just going to
Delete
turn it
letter.
off real quick, just that way it's a little better.
Delete word. Auto scan disabled.
Okay, we'll go into the settings real quick of this, and I'll explain how the keyboard works. Theme, same type of thing.
Light,
you have a bunch of different
dark,
themes,
Blue. Green. Purple.
and this will change the color of the actual keyboard. Okay, so this changes the color of the keyboard too. So anything you see here changes in the keyboard as well.
Orange. Red. Default.
So we'll use default for now. Highlight changes as well.
Highlight.
You can change the highlight color too.
Pink. Green. Orange. Black. White. Purple. Red. Yellow.
Okay. Voice, same thing.
Voice.
If you change the voice here, this is what's really powerful, guys. If you change the voice here, it will change it on the rest of the system. So you can change the voices in any of the apps. It will change the voice in other parts of the system. So it'll just synchronize. Okay. You can turn the text to speech on or off. So if you're someone who doesn't need text to speech, you can turn it on or off here. You will have to turn that off in certain other settings, but there was a way for me to actually make that go across all apps. Right now, it's not imperative for us. Scan speed.
Scan speed.
This allows you to scan faster
Fast.
or slower. So it'll just allow you to scan backwards a little faster. When you hold down spacebar, same thing.
TTS.
It'll scan
Voice.
backwards. Press
TTS.
it once at a time, one at a
Scan
time.
speed.
You move forward one at a time. Instructions. If you can't see very well and you need instructions, the help button will give you instructions for how to use the keyboard.
Welcome to Ben's keyboard. Here are the instructions for using this keyboard. Navigation controls. Spacebar short press will advance forward through rows and buttons. Spacebar long hold will move backward through rows and buttons until released.
You get it. We don't have to listen to the whole thing.
Directly to predictive text. Clear cache.
So when you move off of it, it'll actually interrupt the TTS, so you don't have to listen to everything if you accidentally click it. Okay? So, what is clear cache? So let me explain this. So this keyboard is built to remember all of your frequently used words. So there aren't any cuss words in this. There's no profanity in this that I'm aware of. I actually tried removing all of that. It has a built-in predictive text. So it doesn't rely on any online API service, if you're familiar with that. So it's pretty fast to predict, which is great. If, let's say, you're typing and you typed a lot of nonsense and you're like, man, what did I do? You can actually clear your cache and go back to the default predictions, because it's going to remember your predictions based on frequency. So if you use the F-bomb a lot, and as soon as you start typing the letter F, it might show the F-bomb first. I don't know if you want to show that. If you do, it's fine, but it's up to you. But this is browser specific. If you're using this on Chrome and it has your profile, it will save all your predictions. It is pretty dope, okay? Yes, no, and help are always going to be the first things you see, because a lot of people just need yes, no, and help, okay? And a lot of the most common first things you say in a sentence are going to be the, I, and you. So those will always be the default blank predictive text words and lines, okay? Let's go through the controls. So space adds a space, delete letter deletes one letter, delete word deletes an entire word, clear clears the entire sentence, settings gets you back to settings, the exit button brings you back to the main menu where we were just before. So let's type something. Good morning.
G-H-I-J. G.
So we'll start with G. You'll notice immediately it has predictive text. Immediately at the top, predictive text. It doesn't have to think, it just goes right to it because I built it so that way it was local. Okay. When you hold down the return key, if you're holding down return key, now, if you're in auto scan, it won't matter because it'll auto scan to that predictive text line. But if you hold down the return key,
Get, going, good, go, got, girl.
notice it jumped to the predictive text line. If you hear, for example, if you're typing and you're like, hey, I don't know if predictive text is in there. Maybe you don't read so well. Maybe your vision isn't great. Ben is low vision. So he's constantly checking his predictive text line to know if his word is popping up. So he might type the 1, 2, 3 letters of the word, and he might have to go back to that predictive text line a few times, but usually he can get to his word once he does it. And as it learns what you type, like I was saying earlier, the frequency of the times you use that word and the amount of times you use it, it'll pop up more frequently the more sentences you make with that word. And the more times you use that first letter, it'll pop up. Okay. So we'll go to good.
Get.
So we can scan forwards or backwards. Holding down spacebar goes backwards, so we'll show you.
Girl. God. Go. Good.
Scanning pretty fast because we're on fast mode. If we did slow mode, it would do it every 3 seconds. On fast mode, it's like once every second or so. So good. Okay. So you'll see it doesn't have morning. So let's just go down to M.
A, B, C, D, G, H, I, J, M, N, O, P, Q, R.
Okay.
M.
Good. M. Let's see if morning pops up. Hey, look at that. Predictive text will go up to a good morning. Hold it down.
Men, man,
You can,
men.
if you see it, you don't need it, right? You hold down spacebar, which will be one of
Morning.
your buttons. Good morning. You hold down spacebar again to move up to the sentence line, and you just press enter.
Good morning.
Good morning. Now, if you say this 3 times, it will save it as one of your frequently used phrases and words.
Good morning.
Okay?
Good morning.
Now we're going to clear it. I'm just going to use my mouse to clear it. Okay? Now we're going to type G. Okay? You'll see good. Okay? And look at what popped up in the first line. So it has saved good morning as a predictive text word that we use most frequently. So it's the most frequently thing we
Morning,
word.
men, morning.
Okay? So this will allow us to go to good morning extremely fast and allow you to do common phrases, things you might say more often. If you get into a row
Predictive text.
on
Controls.
accident,
A,
okay?
B, C, D, E, F.
Let's say you accidentally get into this row.
A.
And you're like, oh, dang it, I don't need this word. And all you can do is press 2 buttons. Hold down return. It'll get you out of the row first. Okay?
A, B, C, D, E, F.
If you hold down return, it gets you out of the row. So you don't have to get stuck in that row. Abdul said, messes my words. So he just said, messes my words. So let's start typing M, E, S. Okay? So it has messed, it has mess. So let's do 2 S's. Okay? So there's no messes. I don't even know if it has. There's messes right there. Messes. Okay? We'll do U. Up is in predictive text. Up. M for my words. So W. There's word. So let's do W-O. Words. Okay? So you didn't have to type a whole lot to get predictive text. Okay? We'll say it 3 times.
Messes up my words.
I'm clicking right now. I'm not using the space bar and enter, but I'm just
Messes
clicking.
up my
Again,
words.
you can use touch screen if you have a Surface or like an iPad. This works with touch screen. Or if you have a mouse or eye gaze or head tracking with a mouse, it will use the mouse inputs like I'm doing right now.
Messes up my words.
So messes up my words now goes in there. We'll clear it. We'll just type it again. M-E, messes up my words. Okay? It pops up first. And as you do more of this, it'll cycle it down. So the more you type and the more you do, the faster these predictive texts will pop up. Okay? So that's the power of this. And if you want to clear it, so we'll go back to settings.
Clear cache.
We'll clear the
Prediction
cache.
cache cleared.
M-E-S. No messes. It didn't pop up first. That's because we cleared the cache. So if you have a bunch of predictive text that doesn't make sense, this will stay in there until you hit clear cache or until you clear cache on your browser. So that will always stay in there. All right. This is pretty robust. You'll be able to predict words very quickly with this. All right. So that's how this works. This is one of my, I'm very proud of this. And you'll notice it doesn't have any, it's all capital. It doesn't have any punctuation or anything like that. This is simply to get your words out. All right. This is for simple conversation, simply to say a couple sentences, say what you want, say what you need, whatever. Okay. It's built to be very simple and easy to use. All right. So that's really all this is. All right. So if you're someone who just needs something that can just get your words out, you don't have to worry about punctuation and yada, yada, yada. This can work very well. So let's go exit.
Return to menu.
Brings us
Press
back to our
spacebar
menu.
To start. Back.
Brings us back to
Filter by genre. Keyboard.
our main menu. Phrase board. This is a big one.
Phrase and media board.
So the phrase and media board is a brand new app that I built. And this one, while I do love the keyboard, the phrase and media board, I'm planning on making this even better by adding some better organizational features. But right now, this thing is, I love this thing. And I think that this can expand and become even better and better and better. And anyone who wants to make it better, go for it. Just remember, we do have a license on it. While it's good for personal use and you can modify it as much as you want, we do have something on there that protects us from commercial use. So make sure you're only using it for personal use, please and thank you. Because in a commercial setting, we don't want people profiting off this. This is supposed to be for free, okay? Yeah, that's all I have to say about that. Here we go.
Opening phrase and media board.
Phrase and media board. Okay, so we're gonna go through all the settings first, okay? So
Settings.
you'll notice that settings opens.
Settings.
And you'll see that it doesn't highlight a row first. This is on purpose. There is I call it a dead row, or like a dead zone. So anytime you go to a new menu, it'll keep it clear. For example, if you do have someone who's modeling this for someone, or if you're a caregiver and you can't see, or maybe the yellow's bothering you, it just allows for an extra padding so that way it clears the highlight, all right? But it'll always pop up when you press spacebar. So you guys know how the spacebar works. You know how the enter works. It's the same principle. You press spacebar, it goes down the rows. You press enter, it goes through the rows. If you hold down spacebar, it goes backwards. Press enter. If you're stuck in a row, it'll bring you back to the row
Main
mode.
menu.
So if you don't want to go to main menu and you want to go back to row select mode, you hold down enter, brings you back to row select mode. Pretty cool, pretty intuitive, very easy to control. Some people who can't do the hold down, auto scan is a good option for you. Auto scan is available on this.
Auto scan enabled.
Okay, you turn auto scan on, it'll automatically scan through the rows. Okay, press enter on a row.
Fast speed.
Okay,
Fast speed.
it allows you to, and then you can do really fast scanning. You can do slow scanning.
Speed selected.
Okay, so the idea is this is going to change for whoever, and it goes slow enough for you to pick. Medium's what it's set on by default, but you can change that. Auto scan works.
Grid size.
Grid size is another one. You can change the size of the grid. So usually 4x4 is default. I think that's a good size, but you could do as big as 2x2, and you could just have 2 buttons on each. Now you're gonna take you a while to get through the menus, but if you are low vision, you can actually set up your menus like this. And this isn't the powerful thing about this yet. The most powerful thing is I'm going to show you. It's to come. It's amazing. I'm very proud of this. We'll go back to our default, but again, you can go up to like a 10 by 10. Menu. All right, so you can make this whatever size is comfortable for you.
Menu.
Okay, theme. You change your themes.
Green, purple, dark,
okay,
light theme selected.
Same thing.
Settings menu.
Now, sentence mode. If you don't want to just press a button to effectively say the word you're selecting,
sentence bar on.
You can toggle sentence bar. The sentence bar will allow you to create sentences within the phrase board. Okay. Now, I'm going to turn it off for right now to show you how it works.
Main menu.
We're going to go into one of our phrase boards. This is like our default phrase board. I'm going to go to NARBE default. This is the one that we just put up there for an example. Same thing with words. Words would be for building sentences. Default would be for just for speaking.
NARBE default.
Okay. So default. So we'll go to needs.
I need help. Please.
I need help. Okay. We can do again.
Back.
Same thing. It's the same principle.
I need help. I need help.
Okay. Very cool. Okay, it comes with little pictures. These are open. These are open images from open symbols, right? These are, as long as you're making stuff for free and you can put it out there, open source. These are available to use. Okay, so I've been using these. Default. This has a ton of stuff on here. Okay, so needs, feelings, connectors, verbs, questions and time.
Why?
Okay, a lot of stuff.
NAR basic. Hello. How are you? NARBE default.
Okay. Very cool, right? Very simple, very easy to understand. Now,
main menu.
If I turn on sentence mode,
settings menu, sentence bar on.
Sentence bar is the first thing it scans to. If you click on the sentence bar,
sentence is empty.
It's empty. If you want to delete and clear all, it's the same type of principle. Okay, if you're not familiar with that, that's how that works.
Main menu.
Right? So we'll go to words.
NARBE words.
And we'll just make a sentence.
Pronouns.
I.
NARBE
let's say
words.
Verbs. I. We'll go through the menus. Let's see. I love and
NARBE words.
Let's
pronouns.
go to you. Okay? So if I click on it,
I love you.
I can click on it.
I love you.
And it says I love you. Right? If you don't mean to say I love you, you can delete one word at a time.
Deleting.
Okay?
Delete.
It'll always bring you back to the row select mode. You can also clear it. Okay? By clicking clear. So that way it always gets you in and out of the row very seamlessly. All right? Now,
main menu.
That's how this works. Now, there's a media side to this. Now, the reason I built the media side is because there's a lot of people who don't, or there's a lot of software out there that doesn't really emphasize the media side of things. So, like playing videos, right? I couldn't get this to work with things like Netflix, right? That's not how this works. But this will work on with things like YouTube, Vimeo, and I believe Spotify, and there might be another one. I think Google, like if you host something on a Google Drive. So hint, hint, if you host something on a Google Drive and you want to have it play for someone, let's say a movie or something, I don't know, I'm just saying, you technically could use that for this. All right, if it's hosted at the right place. You could do it locally too. If you want to bring this local, you can just tell the app, hey, this is where the local file is, okay? So we'll go to YouTube videos. We'll just go to Kids Show.
Kids.
We'll play SpongeBob Marathon. So if we go to SpongeBob Marathon, okay, you'll notice the sentence bar is up.
SpongeBob Marathon.
So if I click on SpongeBob Marathon, wouldn't that go into the sentence board? Not if it's a link. If it's a link and a URL specifically to YouTube, YouTube is the best right now. That's how it's built. It will open a player. Okay, so here's how it works.
SpongeBob Marathon.
Okay, as soon as you press enter, it goes to the control bar. All right, you can do things like play it.
Pause. Play, pause.
And if you're someone who cannot access the actual YouTube site and you need something simple that maybe a caregiver or someone can like create a whole playlist for you, maybe with new videos on a playlist that gets updated, you can do that too. Or you can make a custom playlist, right? You can make a custom playlist, put this playlist in a link, and then update it whenever you want, and that playlist will update on the software because it's just going to keep that link, and it'll just refresh that link, and whatever you put in that playlist, it'll play. So if, let's say, you make a custom board for someone, which I'll show in a little bit, and you say, I want to create a custom playlist for someone, and I want to just update it every other day or something so that way they have new stuff to watch, you can do that just by updating it on YouTube. It'll go to the list. They'll be able to play it. Now you have to make sure that everything can embed. Some videos will not embed just because they set it to not embed. So you just got to double check that. But a lot of stuff will embed. Okay. So when you close it, it closes, brings you back. Okay. You can still scan to it, and all these work. So you can go to any of these. If you have a playlist, for example, I believe I have a playlist with
science and history.
So there's the Vsauce playlist, for example.
Vsauce playlist.
It gives, if it's a playlist, it recognizes it's a playlist. Sorry, you can't skip the ads unless you have YouTube Premium. So if you guys buy YouTube Premium, I believe these ads will go away. They go away in a few seconds if you're not using it, but you just got to deal with the ads, unfortunately. But you can skip through the different episodes. Okay. So it'll allow you to it'll give you a next and a previous button. So that way you can skip through the episodes. And you can do exactly what you did before. As long as it's a playlist, it'll recognize that it is a playlist and give you the previous and next button, okay? Very powerful, all right? This is something that I believe a lot of people can get a lot of use out of, all right? And it's all scan and select. So again, you can use just your enter key if you have auto scan on, all right? You can use both spacebar and enter using just like Ben's two buttons if you want to use it that way. There's so many things you can do, and you can customize this yourself. You can download everything from the GitHub, and you can play with it, and you can make custom apps based on what I built. Creating a board and loading a board. All right, you'll notice there are two things on here, create board and load board. There is a warning anytime you click on create
Settings.
Board.
Exit. Create board.
Or load board.
Create board.
It'll give you a warning. That warning is creating a board will open a new tab, and you are not going to be able to use scan and select because it is going to give you something that someone should update and manage for you. Okay, if you're someone who's a user of this, and you could do it if you have touchscreen, but if you're someone who's scan and select, I couldn't make it so that way you can update your own scan and your own menus. But someone can build you menus and update them for you. So
go back.
We're going to proceed. It gives you a go back button, so that way it will give you the option to go back to the menu, so that way you don't get stuck. But if you press proceed it'll open a brand new tab for you.
Creating a board opens a new tab, and scanning will not return to the phrase board.
There you go. So here we are. So the phrase board. This is cool. All right. I want you guys to understand why this is so cool. This is built like a spreadsheet. Okay. It downloads as a CSV. Very common. All right. It's literally a spreadsheet that tells the phrase board exactly what to do. All right. You can update this as often, as much as you'd like. You can change the colors, and you can do everything you want. Everything is fully customizable with this, okay? So we're just going to customize a couple of these colors. Sure, we're going to make another category here. We'll make basic needs, and we'll call this fun. Okay, so we have two phrases in here. Let's add a phrase. Okay, we'll just add a phrase. We'll call this our test, our browser. I'll call this our browser board. Okay, so we're going to combine two things to this. We'll combine a couple new phrases, and we'll combine a couple videos that we'll add to it just to demonstrate how it works. Okay, so category image for basic. Let's get a basic image. You'll notice it automatically loads images based on your search term that's already in there. Okay, you notice basic is a check mark now. Let's update the image. We'll call this we'll say, I don't know, a fork. I don't know. Fork. We'll just use a fork. I don't know why. We're just going to apply it. Okay, now it changes to a fork. Okay, colors there. If we want our board to have a new image, it says our browser board. Okay, we can change our board image too. So our board image can be, let's say Chrome. I don't know, will the Chrome logo pop up? Sure, Chrome logo. Chrome logo is now our board's logo. All right. Fun board. Needs. Let's update needs. That's good. Apply image for needs. That's actually the same one there. So let's do a hand. Apply image. You can search for it. It's going to search for like 20,000 different images. Here's a cool thing about this too. Let's say you don't like these images and you want to do another image. Let's say, I don't know. Let's say basic. We'll just call it needs. Okay. We'll say needs images. Okay. Let's just say we like. I don't know. Let's get a square one. Let's just say this. Let's use this one. So we'll copy this. We'll say copy image address on Google. We'll go back to our phrase builder. We're just going to paste that image address into this. Okay. Oops. It'd be nice if I could actually type. Okay. Apply image. Look at that. That image is now in the phrase board. So if it's available online, you can put the image into here. Okay. So pretty cool. Let's do fun. Let's just say, let's say game. We'll just call game. And we'll say, let's play a game. You notice when I typed game, look what happened. It automatically brought an image up for us. We'll type game again. If we don't like that image, we'll search for a game here. We'll just use the remote. Okay. So now we have game and the remote will pop up. All right. We'll add a phrase. We're going to make this a video this time. Okay. We'll call this Mario playthrough. We'll call this Mario Play. Okay, so it's not Mario, but we'll go to YouTube. And what we'll do is we'll find a Mario video. Let's say Mario, Super Mario World. Super Mario World. So maybe there's a Super Mario World gameplay video. Here we go. So this is a Super Mario gameplay video. We're just going to copy the link. Okay. We're going to go back to the phrase board. We are going to go to what to speak, and we're going to insert the link. Now the link is in there. Okay, cool. So let's just do this thing. It changed the things. So this is going to be that one. We'll apply that image. Okay, so we have two game images. Sure. Okay. How do I save this? You can save this a couple different ways. Now, if you want to just copy the entire CSV to a clipboard, you can copy it to clipboard, and then you can open up, let's say Word. I don't know. You can open up Word. You can. It's just plain text as a CSV file. See, this is all the CSV file, so it's going to copy it and paste it. You can put it in Excel, whatever, okay? And you can format it the way you want, all right? Save it, have it on the side. You can upload it on any computer, okay? Or you can download the CSV. This will actually download it as a CSV file that you can open in Excel, okay? And this tells the program exactly where to put these things, okay? Super powerful stuff, super easy to use. This is super easy. All right. Now, let's say you're just using this and this is just your default. You don't want to save anything. You don't have to upload it. You just want it to save. Okay. We have this button here. It's called Save to Browser. When you save it to browser, it allows you to save it to your local storage on your computer, your browser specifically, and it will load on your phrase board. All right. So let's see what that looks like. So we're going to close this. And again, you can edit your phrase boards too. So if you click import, you can actually import different phrase boards. Since I already saved this one, I'll just open up another one. I opened it. Look at that. It gives me my other phrase board that I can edit. You can collapse these. You can move these around. So let's say I put this here. Let's say I want this one above it. I can just drag it above it. I can change where they land and where they are. Okay. This, I can change the order of these as well. I can change the order of all the different words. Okay, there's a lot you could do with this. This thing is, I built this thing to be as powerful as possible for caregivers and people who need something now that's super intuitive and very easy to modify. All right. So We're not going to save this as our board because that would mess up the other one, but we're going to close this. Okay. We have our board here. Now it's not popping up. All we have to do is refresh. Okay. And just go back to the tools.
Opening phrase and media board.
Look at what appeared. Do you see what appeared? We have our browser board. It appears on our default area. Okay. The same color and everything. We're going to click on it.
Our browser board.
Look at that. The image, the specific image we got from Google now pops up. It says wants and needs. It's probably not an image we'd probably usually use.
Needs.
It pops up in there.
I need the bathroom.
There
Our
you
browser
go.
board.
Fun.
Let's play a game.
We can play a game. Now watch this. If I were to click on that video, we know this is a video. Usually I would use like an embed image of a video or say play video Mario. You can title it whatever you want. But we're going to click on it and look at this. It loads our Mario video. So it knows if the URL is in there and will automatically play the video. All right. It's as simple as that. This is the easiest, most intuitive thing I think I've ever built. And I'm really happy that it turned out the way it did because I'm only going to keep making it better. So that is the phrase board.
Browser board.
You can get as many
main menu.
As many boards as you want in here. Okay. As you get more boards, it will add extra pages. So if we just go to like our NARBE words, it'll do the same thing. It'll give you a next button. It'll allow you to go through the pages and it'll allow you to just, when you make more phrase boards, it'll just give you more boards to choose from. You can color code them. You can put images on them. It is very intuitive and very easy to use. All right. And it's free. And I want anyone to use it. Okay. It's not something I'm saying you have to use, but if someone needed something, this is available. I want you guys to understand that this is a hub that is independently accessible for people with needs like Ben. This is built with Ben's needs in mind. And I think it's powerful because you can use 1 or 2 buttons with this very simply. But I'm going to show you the 4 games we have available right now.
Games menu.
Go to games.
Press spacebar to start scanning.
So we'll go through each game. Some of you may have seen these games. These games work best. They're not great on mobile, but they do work on mobile. Most of them work okay on mobile. Some of the games will not have audio on iOS. And that's because when I built these, I did not have iOS in mind, but I plan to eventually make more of the games and update some of these games so that way they do work on iOS, at least the audio. You can play them on iOS, but you might not hear them. You at least won't hear the game sounds, okay, because it's just a different engine that uses, it's a Windows engine, and I'm not sure how to convert it easily. So that's something I'm going to have to work on over time. Moving forward, I will try to make sure any of the games do have iOS audio enabled, all right? So we'll go to the Pegle game. We call it P3GL, Pegle. It's not Pegle. It's a Pegle-like game.
Opening Benny's P3GL game.
Okay. The cool thing about these games, a lot of them are going to have editors. So on that first menu, not the Benny's Hub menu, but the one that you go to the home page before you go in there, there are going to be editors that are available. So you can actually build your own custom games using those editors. Okay, so if I click on custom game right now,
select difficulty for custom game.
We'll just click easy.
Custom games.
So there are custom games in here. Okay, there's a built-in campaign and the NARBE House custom game. I'm going to be putting something in here that says load local game. This will allow you to build a custom game, put the custom game into a folder, and then whenever you want to go in there, you click on it, it'll load it. You just have to click on it to get to it. But if you have a custom game you want to submit to me, I can put it online so it'll exist in this list. So right now we just have my custom game here, right? So just to go through it real quick.
Starting game.
It has a built-in game. Some of you may have seen this already. To play it, spacebar aims. So it will actually go back and forth, all right? It's pretty slow so that way you can aim it, right? Now if you want to fine tune, let's say, okay, I want to aim for that purple one. You let go spacebar. You can fine tune the aim because it will just go back and forth with every press. Okay, so let's say you want to aim right on that purple one. There you go. Okay, press enter. It will shoot it. Okay, the game's pretty fun, pretty easy. Easy mode is like pretty super simple, but it's pretty fun, interactive. You can shoot. You can get like a bunch of power-ups, clear levels. You can break those unbreakable boxes. They used to be unbreakable. Okay, this is 20 levels. It's just a fun time sink, right? Ben loves playing this game. The explosion, this red one that is highlighting right now, will actually explode.
21,202.
2 hits with the explosion one will actually blow up these unbreakable boxes, so we'll just hit one. Okay. You get points for every time you bounce or anytime you break a peg. All right. You'll notice that there's like a little multiplier thing on there. There's like a little one, it says 2 times. That's just your multiplier. So I'll show you can break these unbreakable boxes like this. Okay. So in some of the levels, some of the unbreakable boxes are in the way. So you have to strategize breaking those boxes first to be able to get to the pegs underneath them. All right. So the game gets a little bit more complex, a little harder over time. That's it. How do you get out of this? Okay, 2 ways. There's 2 things. You'll notice that my mouse isn't doing anything on here right now, right? If you have eye gaze, or if you're using a mouse, or if you're using head tracking and you have a mouse on there, if you point up at this little target icon right up here, this target icon will allow you to use mouse play.
Mouse play on.
Okay, and you can actually use your mouse to play. This is good for people with eye tracking, head tracking, whatever. All right, so now you can actually aim and shoot using your mouse. All right, or dwell. You know, whatever you have on your computer that allows you to use a mouse, you can use your mouse. Okay, to turn it off, all right, you simply are going to go up to it again.
Mouse play off.
Turn it off. Turn it on. Turn it off. It toggles it on and off. Go to the home button to pause. Now, how do you pause if you're just using switches? You hold down your return key. If you hold down the return key, it will give you the pause menu. Okay? You can turn your music off.
Music on. Toggle
You can turn TTS off.
Main menu.
Go back to the main menu, or you can simply exit the game. All right? If you resume the game, but if you just click on this little home button up here as well, same thing. It expands. The reason it gets bigger is so that way if you're using a mouse or eye gazing, head tracking, it's easier to click. The idea was make this big enough so that way if someone looks at it, it's not going to be this tiny little icon up there. It gets bigger when you go over it, so that way you can click it on any area over here and it'll activate. Okay?
Pause menu.
So we'll go back to we'll go to exit, because exit will just exit the game. Actually, let's go back to main menu. I'll show you there's a custom game.
Custom game.
So this is a game I built, and I'll show you the editor in a second. At the end of all this, I'll show you the Pegle editor. So this is just a bunch of different games that you can play. You can build them as easy as hard as you want. All right, this is 10 levels, I think. I forget.
Play off. Pause menu.
So main menu, or you can play game and exit directly from the game. Okay.
Return to menu.
Brings you back to the main menu.
To start scanning.
So again, you're independently able to get to every menu if you're using scan and select. So this is the Pegle editor. All right, so this is not complete yet, but you'll notice that this has the game we were just looking at in there. But the idea is you can actually edit all of these things and save them as a JSON file. The same way you edit his boards, you use this to edit the game, okay? You can change the sizes by scrolling. This is really cool because you can now make tons and tons of levels, okay? Level 2 looks like this. Level 3 looks like this. Level 4 looks like this. 5, you can make more levels. Okay, you can add a level, this little click plus level thing. Plus level, minus level, minus level. You can clear it, all right? You can do a lot of stuff. You could duplicate a level. So 10, 11, and 10 are the same now. So if I wanted to just like do half of this down here now you'll see they change. You can do a lot with this. You can create a ton of levels, and you can make 100-round Pegle game with all the different abilities that we have built into this. And we're going to keep making this better, okay? So that's what this is all about. All right. Whoops. We can build games now, and we're giving caregivers and people who are trying to make more fun, interesting things. You can make games. You can make them as intricate as you'd like. All right. We have a couple more games coming out, like a mini golf game, which will have a level editor the same way. So again, mini golf will allow you to change the levels and add obstacles and do all that stuff and little power-ups and things like that in a mini golf game. And you can make as many levels as you want for the person you're making it for to make it interactive. So it's not boring. You know, you can have a new game built once a week, and they can try a new game all the time. Right. That's the idea, right? Our whole idea really is interaction, game, giving things to do, tools. That's what's important to us, all right? Okay, so we'll just go through the other games real quick. Benny Says.
Opening Benny Says.
You may have seen this before. Let me just full screen this. So Benny Says, you may have seen this. You got easy mode. You just kind of go through the patterns. First round is...
Round 3.
If you mess up, it'll go back to the main menu.
Game over.
Okay. If you do medium,
Round
there's
1.
3 of them. Okay. Same thing. You just try to get a high score.
Game over.
Okay. It's just like a Simon game.
Game over.
Okay. So that's what that is. Exit.
Return to menu.
Bring you back.
Press spacebar to start scanning.
This concentration
Single
game
player.
is just like Ben's other concentration game.
2-player casual. 2-player competitive. Exit. Instructions.
We'll do instructions.
Press return to hear them.
Allows you to hear the instructions.
How to play concentration. Find matching pairs of cards by flipping them over. Complete the game in the fewest moves and fastest time for the best score. Use spacebar to scan through options. Press return to select. Hold return for 3 seconds to pause the game. In competitive mode, first player to reach 5 points wins. Easy difficulty gives 1 point, medium gives 2 points, hard gives 3 points.
Okay. So, game's pretty easy to play.
Medium.
Okay.
Easy.
Just play easy.
Press space. Tree.
You just
Crown.
match them. Okay.
Corn.
And you're trying to do it in the
Crescent.
least amount of moves possible.
Flower.
Okay.
Ocean.
That's all this game is. Ben
Crescent.
loves these types of games.
Corn. Ocean.
Okay. So each level is
That's
a
a
little bit
match.
harder than the next,
Crown.
than the last.
That's a match.
Okay.
Great job.
The one thing I'm going to add to this, if you're using your mouse, I need to add a back button
Instructions.
on the main menu. Okay. Two-player
Two-player
casual. 2 players can play. Okay.
Press space.
So you'll see
Star.
there's a little indicator at the top
Blue.
right. Player 2's turn now.
Strawberry. Basketball. Player 1's turn.
It'll tell you player 1's turn. If you're sick of the game, okay. Oh, if you want to select yourself,
Star.
you can just go through the menus and use scan and
Player
select the
2's
same way.
turn.
I forgot to show that in the first one, but again, it has a dead zone. You can scan backwards so that you can go through it. Okay. Same type of principle applies. You know, press enter
Crown.
and go through every single thing. Okay.
Star.
If you hold down the enter
Player
button,
one's
it
turn.
brings up a pause menu and allows you to go back to the main menu. Okay.
Return. Single player.
Competitive
2-player competitive.
walks you through every level. So competitive is
Press spacebar
you go
to
through
begin
easy
scanning.
mode, then you go to hard mode. Sorry, you go to easy mode, then medium mode, then hard mode. Whoever gets the most points, whoever gets 5 points first wins. So this game is worth 1 point, medium is worth 2 points, hard is worth 3 points. So if you sweep them, you win automatically. Okay. So I play this game with Ben a little bit. We usually play casual, but sometimes we'll play competitive, and he gets
Return to menu.
real competitive.
Return
Okay.
to menu.
And
Press
then
spacebar to start
Last
scanning.
game, which is a very simple game, is
Welcome to
Tic-Tac-Toe.
Single
Okay.
player.
The computer will
Your
actually
turn.
try to beat you. The computer is going to try to beat you.
Your turn.
Okay.
Your turn. Your turn.
So the computer will always try to
Game.
beat you.
Play again. Your
I'm
turn.
gonna let the computer win,
Your turn.
but it's gonna try to. It
Exit
will
to hub.
know how to win. Okay. You can play 2 players as
again.
well, so you
Your
can play against other people too.
Your
Okay.
turn. Your turn.
So it
Game
won.
over.
Pretty
Would you
cool,
like
right?
to
So
Play
it's it's challenging and allows you to play,
Main
use your mind
menu.
a little bit.
Egg-
You
two-
play 2 players, so
Your
you're
turn.
playing against someone
X
else.
goes first. Your turn. Your turn. Your turn. Your game.
Okay.
Exit. Exit.
So
to
very
hub.
simple game,
Return to
but
menu.
Tic-Tac-Toe
Press
exists, and you can play
spacebar
that
to
too.
Start scanning.
That is basically it for Ben's software. Okay. This is, like I said, completely accessible.
Home menu.
With
Press spacebar to start
Just
scanning.
this is completely accessible with just 2 buttons. Okay. We're going to be building onto this. The tools will get better. The games will get better and more interactive. We'll probably be adding some more settings if people need them. But right now, my mission and our goal, just so everyone is clear about this, while I did build this because there were a lot of people interested in getting software like this because maybe they just didn't have a solution or they wanted to see what Ben could use. And we wanted to put this out there so that way people had an option. But our goal is to show people that you can build your own solutions using AI. All right. That is super important for me to kind of drive home for you guys, is that I don't know a lick of coding. I simply talked to AI, ChatGPT, using a few tools like Visual Studio Code and Copilot to help me build these out. Now, yes, I did have to think about all the little intricacies, but all that stuff is laid out in our developer guide. If you just go back to our homepage, you can learn how to build this stuff with our developer guide. Okay, and this kind of walks you through how I built this stuff. It doesn't give you all my prompts, but it gives you an idea of how I started. If you go to the foundation, narbefoundation.org, okay, we do have a resources area, okay, that walks you through some stuff, all right? And you also have a guide that I just put out. So there's a guide here that allows you to kind of go through and see what I did for Ben. It's kind of Ben's story and what I've learned, not just about communication, but how to build the games, what AI and stuff I've used. This has a lot of resources. It also has a getting started page that's kind of like Cliff Notes. It kind of walks you through it very simply on how to build stuff and how we build stuff and what we recommend. I will go back and just say this as a disclaimer. Just to reiterate, we are not therapists. We're not clinicians. We don't have certifications or licenses to recommend using this stuff in a medical setting, okay? This is simply something we built, or that I built, for my little brother to use. And since we've had a lot of interest online, I put it online and we made a foundation so that way people can learn how to build for their specific use cases. Now, if you get some value or you're able to use the stuff we have built, that's amazing. But just understand, we're not recommending this as like a blanket, this is going to fix your problems, okay? You're going to have to discover and see what you can do yourself. And I hope what we've built is powerful enough for you to use yourself. And we're hoping that you can use it, but we're building for Ben and we're building for people like Ben, okay? We're trying to make things fun and interactive for Ben and other, like I said, other people like Ben. So our vision moving forward is just keep building for Ben and add to that website and Ben's online hub, even though he has an offline hub that's a little more robust. It has things like, you know, the Discord Messenger. It has things like a web search. Some of those things might populate the online version, but it's not our priority right now. Okay. Our priority is really just building games and improving the stuff Ben has. The stuff that exists currently on the online hub is for you to play with, is for you to use, is for you to modify for personal use if you'd like to. All right. We have a Discord community. I invite anyone who's interested in building for these reasons to join our Discord community. We're always looking for collaborators and people who want to volunteer their apps and their time to building these types of apps. We are going to be doing some vibe coding sessions. So long vibe coding sessions where we're hanging out in Discord and I'm just hanging out making stuff for Ben, and I'll be in there answering questions, hanging out with the community. I don't suspect there's going to be a lot of people in there, but I'm going to make it available so that way I can help people and people from the community can kind of get involved. We are planning to do more feature testing with Ben. So we might be doing another live stream or two in the next coming months that are going to be more about building stuff for Ben and then having Ben test it live on stream, just to show you the iteration process. So we have this process we go through where I build something, I test it with him, I iterate live, you know, just do it immediately, have him test it again. We just go through that process, and then whatever works for Ben, we kind of let stick, and then I make improvements over time slowly. So that process might be something people are interested in, so that way when they are building for their loved one or for, you know, people they know or their community, or if you're an SLP or an OT who get a lot of value from this and you want to use these principles, please do. I would love that. If you are interested in like one-on-ones or guidance for, I don't know, your clinic, your practice, whatever, you just want to learn more of this stuff, just reach out to me, reach out to the NARBEhouse.com. We can work something out where we can do those types of sessions. For now, we're just doing stuff online, showing you what we build, trying to help the community, trying to help anyone out there who is stuck, don't have an option. And we're hoping that what we built in the software that I just showed can make a difference in your life. And if not, we're hoping the idea makes a difference in your life where you will, you know, explore building for yourself. Okay. So that's the idea behind this. I appreciate you guys kind of hanging out and watching all that stuff. I know a handful of people just aren't really interested in the software side. You're more interested in seeing Ben and interacting with Ben. Totally understandable. But we have two aspects to what we do here. One aspect is family stuff, hanging out with family, doing stuff with family. The other aspect is a little bit of outreach and trying to help other people learn how to do this stuff, because we feel like it's important to kind of proliferate these ideas so that way people can build for themselves when it's necessary. So for us, it was necessary, and we're hoping that some of you guys can pull that and use it in your day-to-day lives. Make sure you follow all of the social media. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube. Make sure you follow the Instagram and the TikTok, and then go to our website and you can find some more information about some of the stuff we put out there and some of the resources we use.